Hey guys, welcome back to SwissWatchExpo. Vlad is here, and nowadays the world is very connected, and it's not a unique situation when you have to do business with a different country or you have a friend or relatives who lives there and you want to always keep in touch. So today we're going to discuss the different types of GMT function that Swiss manufacturers put in their watches, so stay tuned. Hey guys, so welcome back to SwissWatchExpo, and today, as we discussed, we're gonna be talking about the GMT functions. And the first GMT watch was released by Rolex, and it was a GMT Master. Then it's get another iteration with GMT Master 2. It's a very iconic watch. It was first issued to the pilots of the Pan American company, and it's very unique watch in terms of like how it's displayed the GMT function that a lot of other brands kind of like get into their own collection and start displaying the GMT function the same way. So right now the way how the Rolex decided to display this complication is kind of the normal way, and most of the manufacturers do the GMT watches in a similar way as GMT Master. So what we have up here, it's the watch that comes with the bezel and the forehand on the dial. So how we track the second time zone, we can set up the GMT hand and the local time in two different ways by the quick hour in GMT Master 2, and you also can track the third time zone by rotating the bezel. So first, what you do with this watch, you always set up the GMT hand first. So you set up the time zone that you want to track, and then you, by the quick set jump hour, you can always just put the local time on your watch. And by rotating the bezel, you can actually track the third time zone. So like at the same time, you can track the time zones in the three countries, in three time zones or anything like that. So very useful function and beautiful watch from Rolex that is iconic in their collection, and they will be doing it for very long time because it's a living legend. But if we go into the different types of GMT functions, I also wanted to show you this beautiful Omega Aqua Terra. Obviously, this watch comes with a chronograph and other complications, have a date function. But the main thing about the GMT on this specific timepiece is that GMT function is located at 9 o'clock in a subdial. So it's only show you the second time zone, and you can set it up very similarly to the GMT Master by just jump hour function in this watch. And the cool thing that the GMT, this GMT function does not get a lot of your attention, but if you need to check it, you can always see it in the subdial. It's very subtle and on its right place. So this is the way Omega decided to display the GMT function in their Aqua Terras. And then if we move into the higher watchmaking, we're talking about the Patek Philippe. They don't really have the GMT watches, but they also invented the complication that's called travel time, which is also GMT, the way that to display the GMT function. So in this watch, you have a 3 handset in terms of hour, 2 hour handset and 1 minute handset. And the way you change it is by clicking the buttons on the side of the case. So technically, your watch should start with this position. It should be a local time, and then when you're traveling, you can move your handset 1 hour behind or 1 hour up. So that's where you change the hour, time zones. And if you travel in like 3 hours up front or 3 hours behind, you can always quick set it. And the same way, you can also track the second time zone in GMT, because this hand will also always show you the time zone that you want to track, and this should show you the local time. So like if you want to set it up to show the time in Tokyo because your business partners live in Tokyo and you want to the regular hand to show up your local time, let's imagine in New York, you can always do it with this watch. It's a very interesting application. Patek also was inventor of this specific application and putting them in a lot of their collections. You can find the travel time in Calatrava model, in Pilot's Calatrava, in this beautiful Aquanaut. So a lot of models, they come with this complication. And the most recent way to display the GMT function came from Rolex again, with presentation of the Sky Dweller. So first of all, the Sky Dweller is known by the most complicated watch from Rolex. It actually comes with annual calendar inside of it, but the also cool thing about this is the way it's displayed the GMT function. So you can see the GMT time in this small circle at the 6 o'clock at the watch, and you can also set it up with a very similar way to GMT Master with the jump hour function. And it's also the same with like Omega. It's kind of in its own place, and it does not bother you from like the regular day-to-day wear, but you can always see the time going and see the second time zone with a small circle inside of the dial. So all of those watches are available in SwissWatchExpo. We'll be happy to discuss use the GMT function, how you can use it in your regular life, and how you could set up those watches and manipulate them. So if you are interested and you're looking for one of those watches to add to your collection, just give us a call at SwissWatchExpo.com.